Hi, it's Andrew here from Home Theatre Engineering, and I'm in New South Wales, and I'm here with Brian.
G'day,
Brian, how are you? Brian's been working on home theatre for some time. How many years has it been?
I've been researching, trying to build a theatre for, to be honest, 20 years.
Seriously?
20 years.
Wow, and this project sort of kicked off when?
This one here kicked off June this year.
Okay.
June 2019, we're in 2020.
Alright, so to explain the room a little bit, you're running the Crix Wall of Sound, that's the MX30.
Yep.
We've got the phonics speakers around the room.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the, actually they're not angle phonics, are they? It's
no,
very easy to fall for.
Yep.
Probably something worth mentioning, the acoustic panels in here, they're probably one of the more impressive things in the room, to be honest.
I think we both were pretty impressed with
yeah.
the guy that built these for you.
So Peter, big shout out to you. Thank you. He's our panel maker. These things are literally millimetre accurate, and so the front left wides, he's actually angled at 15 degrees, and the speakers just slide straight in. The ones at the rear, they're straight, but again, they were just millimetre accurate, and we sort of had a bit of a giggle about, because you sort of claim that you're a little OCD, right?
A little.
A little. Not as bad as we thought, though.
I think I make out that I'm a lot more OCD than I am.
Yeah.
But I have another friend, Andrew,
Yeah, another
who
Andrew.
you've met.
Yes.
And between us, I think we top the OCD chart.
Yeah. No, well, everything in this room is pretty millimetre accurate, even the racks in the front. So you kicked off earlier this year. How did it come about? What did you actually do?
Honestly, how I discovered you guys, I was researching another thing about subwoofers, and I discovered your YouTube video.
Right. Yeah.
And I've been reading forums, getting different opinions from different stores, and I thought I'll just research myself and watched your YouTube video, and I was like, hey, this guy actually knows what he's talking about, because all the good bits of everything that I learnt over the years and what I've read, you had them in one video, and it's like, unless you've come up with all these and you've done the research yourself and the learnings, you're not going to just say, hey, you need this big subwoofer to make it go boom in your room. And that's when the rabbit hole of YouTube, which I'm sure everybody out there does, and it was like, oh, what other videos do you have? Oh, video calibration, audio calibration. And I'm like, yes. I'm ticking boxes, and like, I need to contact these guys even just to say thanks. And I think that's how it started.
Right.
Thanks for a great YouTube channel. I love it. Let me know when there's more I'm following.
Okay, well, we're working on that. So, but you kicked off, you did a lot of your own research. So you researched Crix.
I've researched Crix. I've researched other speakers around the world, and JBL was one of the big followers. But then I come back to Crix, and I've always, like, when they first announced the Wall of Sound, I was like, to my wife, I said, oh, well, wouldn't this be great? And then it's like, no, can't justify it with 2 kids and all that. And then let's look at this, and then you'd go and visit other stores, and they'd say, oh yeah, you need this. I said, but wait a minute, I come to ask about this. No, you need this. So it's like, okay, back out of that store, go to another one. Okay, you need this. Okay, but this guy said this, and it's like, it confused you. Basically, you feel it's like, what's the flavour of the month? What am I going to make the most money on? That's what they need to sell.
But I mean, we're 3,000 kilometres away in Perth, so you and I, I've talked about this before, but we're really aware of the fact that you took several big leaps of faith, and in fact we joked about that in another video.
Yeah, you did.
But you did put a lot of faith in us, and so first of all, I want to thank you for that. But I guess the question is, apart from all the nerves and the anxiety of sending money to people so far away and going, oh God, I hope these guys I hope they just take off. The other side of the coin is, we finished the room today. What do you think?
What do I think? I dreamt of a big theatre room in my own house, but seriously, it brings you to tears when you look at it and you go, wow. Like, it's, even my wife said this morning, this is 12 years ago when we moved into this house. She goes, yeah, you would have bought a projector and put a screen up and went, hey, I've got a theatre room. But you know what? I don't have a theatre room here. This is a cinema. Like, we're 10 minutes drive from Hoyts. We're never going to Hoyts again. I'll be honest.
Sorry, Hoyts.
Sorry, Hoyts, yeah. And my family and extended family, we will be here.
Yeah.
And that's that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. We've listened to a few movies and a few tracks. We had a look at the picture quality. So the equipment in this room, we have, I guess starting at the power supply, we've got Thor PS10, the power station. That is protecting everything in this room, and I've got to say that Brian's done a lot of things that we sort of talk about that, you know, maybe even didn't come up in discussion, but he's done sensible things like ensuring that the projector is also on the protected power supply. Really on top of that sits the Trinov, the amazing Trinov Altitude 16. Literally on top of that in the rack is the Panasonic DP UB9000. And then to the left and right we have a rack of amps. So we've got a lot of the Emotiva XPA Gen 3s. We've got a 7, a 5, a 3 and a 2. So running appropriate speakers. Obviously, as we said, we've got cricks around the room and the in-ceiling Atmos as well. At the back of the room, we're powering the video with the BenQ X12000H, which has just gone up in price, by the way. And, of course, the Panamorph anamorphic lens. Picture quality.
Picture quality. Well, well, when it came out, it was the plasma to have, which was the Panasonic 50-inch top of the range. All of my family said we're not watching TV out there, and if we do, we have to stand a foot away to get this experience. The screen in here, the picture quality leaves anything for dead. Like, you go to your JB Hi-Fis, go and look at a TV, but I can tell you, mate, you're amazing. Your calibration, I'm sorry, but you are. The calibration, you look at the picture and it's like, oh my god. Like, we looked at Jumanji, and the part where The Rock does his face, and you just see the beads of sweat, a bit like me at the moment, beads of sweat coming down, and like there's a part where you sort of look at his muscles and his chest, and you just look at the hair follicles, and you're like, this is a projector. And you're just like, oh my god. And you know, we've talked about the X12000H, and it is a hidden gem, you know, and sometimes it's been a bit of a push to get people to actually take us seriously on using this projector, but you know, I think, take it from me, seriously, and sitting, we've been having a few giggles just watching movies, the depth of the image, the three-dimensionality, the clarity, the colour is just... The colour is amazing. Like, there's movies, Blade Runner, you think, I've watched it on our other TV, and that scene where he's flying in, there's parts there I've never seen before. And here it's like, admittedly it's on a big screen, but I've looked up to the TV and looked for things because people said, oh, have you seen this, and seen where they've got... And you don't see it, but here you just look and you go, oh, there it is, there it is, because it just, the black levels are just amazing. No, it's, look, we've been enjoying that immensely. The sound, obviously we've got the Trinov driving that. A big shout out to Tom Garrett, who actually dialed in from England to assist with the calibration on that yesterday. So I'm working here. Actually working here, I'm actually sleeping in this room, aren't I? You're living your job, yes. living the dream, sleeping on the job. So we've had an airbed in here, and so obviously because I've travelled, and I've got to say a big thank you to Brian and the family. They've been absolutely fantastic. The kids, you're amazing. Thank you. It's been an incredible few days. I'm going to be a little bit sad to leave, but yeah. So the Trinov 16 channel, we're running 15 channels of speakers, and the 16th channel is dedicated to the sub, which then runs to a mini DSP, which then runs out to two volcanics at the back, and of course the MX30 at the front, and that's running off one of the Gen 3 XPAs as well. So sound. My God, sound. We can turn it up, and we have turned it up, and it's not where you have like my other system outside where you turn it up and you go, oh, it's a bit loud, you've got to turn it down because it's hurting your ears. Here you just turn it up and you feel it, you live it, you see it, but the sound is just amazing. Like we were just watching Queen, and seriously,
makes the hairs on your arm stand up.
It does. It was so clear at the volume that we were at, and it wasn't here. And thank God we can close it all off, because we would have been singing along. I think you were too. I know I was, but the rest of the street didn't need to hear us singing. They could hear the music, and that's all that mattered. So I guess there's a few more things. There's some tweaks and polishes and things that either I can't do or are not quite ready. You might be able to hear the projector at the back. That's in a box at the back in the wall, and you've got some cooling plans for that.
and also some sound absorption. The projector is actually a very quiet projector, but because it's surrounded on 5 sides effectively with at the moment gyprock, that sound's sort of being sent into the room. But that can be fixed up with some acoustic treatment, and then we've got some airflow to go through there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You've got a projectionist window to go up there.
And I think that'll help in the end, because we'll make a rest of the wall around it.
Yep.
So
there's probably a little bit of tidying up to be done here and there, but the whole thing is fully functional. And the carpet. I have to talk about the carpet, right? Tell me about the carpet.
Okay, the carpet. When we first decided to start doing the theatre room and planning it, I went into the local carpet shop and just thought, because this had the most horrific carpet in it. Sorry for the people that built the house, but it was horrible. And we went in there and I said, look, I'm converting a room to a theatre room. And they're like, oh, okay. I said, I want something out there. And he went, oh, out there, let's show you this. And he pulled out this swatch of carpet, and I looked at him and said, you're kidding, mate. And then he goes, what? I said, that's what I want. And he goes, oh, wait, you don't happen to have a UV light on you? I went, no, I don't carry one with me. He goes, come with me. He puts the carpet under the UV, and the stars and everything, they just pop out. It's just like going back into the 80s clubs. And
it's actually a really clever design, because it's kind of very commercial cinema-like, first of all, but probably better. It responds to UV light. I will be posting some pictures up here as we go, and some photos, and I think you can send me some photos of the development of the room. That
definitely.
would be great. But the cool thing about it is you had the choice of putting starlights in the ceiling.
Correct.
I am not a fan of I mean, look, they look nice, and if you're just going to have them for the ambience of the room, that's fine. But they are a disaster on your picture, right? They not only add light to the room, but they add colour to the screen, and they do destroy the picture. And now you've seen what goes on with the calibration.
Exactly.
It doesn't take much to change the image, and everything you do loses that image quality. The cool thing about the carpet is it strikes you as soon as you walk into the room. It's amazing. But when you turn the lights off, it disappears.
Yeah.
And that's very cool.
That's what we wanted. We wanted something that was different.
Yeah.
And something that where people, like, you've seen my niece come past when we put the lights on, and she's like, wow. So that's what we wanted.
So what did this, if we can get some photos, I'll try and pop them up here with the video, but what did this room look like before you started?
Okay, so basically a big double window there, double doors here that we've changed to one big solid door, and it was painted chocolate brown, and lots of PowerPoints, a hanging screen, and a projector mount just there, and it was horrible. Yeah. And it just flat bamboo brown carpet. So
we'll try and post a before and after up here so that you can see. Look, I think that really covers it. I want to thank you for using this. I mean, you talked about the YouTube and everything, but I guess, I don't know.
Why did I pick you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so after the thank you, we had a bit of a conversation. I spoke with Enzo, and like, he's a great guy. We get on. I think all three of us get on. We've had the same type of really bad sense of humour. Mind you, Enzo might not talk to me when we get back to Perth now. We did. That's correct. You might be in another room. We stirred him up a little bit. Just a lot. But just talking with you guys, it was nice and easy. And when I was looking at your videos and learning, it's like, oh, we do design work. And I went and talked to my wife. I said, you know what? Let's just get a design and make sure that what I've learned is properly. Well, let's just say I learnt this much of something that I can't hold my arms wide enough. And yeah, where I would put the speakers, where I'd put sound treatment, things like that. Yeah, I was just like, and you've seen them, I've got canvases that I'll put where the lights are, but the room's calibrated for your sound panels, and that's great. But the overall, get a design, hey, I can work with this. You know, well, that's actually 5,000 k's away, I think. It's a long way, yeah. It's a long way. But when, and like Enzo said, can you send me the measurements of your room, what you'd like to do, some photos, and I went, oh yeah. And I honestly thought, oh, you know, this will be a couple of weeks. I think it was like 4 days, and being the time difference of 3 hours, I was like dozing off, the phone's gone ding 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 one night, and I thought, oh, check your email, your design's there, your video link's there, and it's like, oh. So here I am in bed one night watching it, and to my wife going, what are you doing? I said, oh, they've sent me the design. And then, but what you guys do, you actually take my room, you give the measurements, and then you explain why. and then that is when the penny went tink. You know what, I'm going to, and that's when it just like, let's go a little bit further. Okay, and we had a lot of discussions about processes and like budgets and things like that. Yeah, I admit we went up a lot. That what I started at, but talking to you on the phone and Enzo Messenger and on the phone, I learnt why you go to X. Like, I didn't have to go all out like I did, and that's what I want. What everyone should know. Get the design and then say, "Hey Andrew, my budget's this. Where should I start to get to this eventually?" And that's what I liked about it.
Yeah. And look, I mean, that's what part of our philosophy is. We don't have to go to the top. You know, let's get the fundamentals right, and we always talk about that. And then, you know, the customer sets the benchmark as to where they want to go. I mean, you could have gone really crazy in this room. You haven't. I think you've kept it real, and the result's been fantastic. And the kids are home.
Kids home from that kid,
which is probably a cue. But look, as long as you're happy, I think that's the main
happy's
thing.
an understatement. I'm
Awesome.
ecstatic, and like, thanks to Enzo. Hi mate. Don't worry, no doubt you'll get me back from our jokes, but you know, I'll come back to you with a few others, I'm sure.
No, great. Mate,
Thank you very
You know,
much.
it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a wonderful stay. I've really enjoyed my time here, and
you guys are welcome anytime.
Thank you,
anytime,
mate. Yeah,
at all.
awesome.
Whenever you're in Sydney, give me a buzz.
All right.
We'll catch up always.
No worries. Folks, same thing. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, get the notifications, send comments and questions. If you've got questions about the room, we'll try and answer them. If not, we'll send them to Brian and Brian can answer them. But we really appreciate you tuning in and listening, and another HTE Home Theatre finished.
And I really want to give a shout out to the chippy that I had,
Yep.
which was Chris. He's a local guy, and I'll send him this video so he can use it, and he wants to get in touch with you guys too, because I think he wants to do it after seeing this room as well.
Awesome.
So,
No worries. Well, we're always looking for people that we can work with, so yeah, excellent.
Finally!
Hey guys, how are you?
how are you?
Come in and say hello. Come and say hello. We're on YouTube.
Yay!
What do you think of the theatre?
Fantastic!
High five. Awesome. Say hi everybody on YouTube.
Hello everybody on YouTube!
Awesome. All right, say goodbye.
Say bye.
Bye!
Awesome. Thanks again, Brian.
Thanks again, buddy.
Cheers.
Take it
All
easy.
right.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
Oh, do you want to come and say hello as
Come
well?
and say hello.
Come on.
You can have keto, though.
We're just finishing off.
This is the other one.
Yes.
Hello!
Hello.
We're on YouTube, and you've had a listen to the theatre. What was the best bit?
All of it?
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of wraps it up nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How was your hap keto?
It was good.
Excellent.
How's the lasagna
All right.
going? Hello.
Hello.
You're on YouTube too now.
Am I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Excellent.
He's going to come in and see.
All right. Bye, folks. We'll see you
Bye.
later.
See you later.